Alright, welcome everyone to how to get the Timeless and Classic Zero Guns mod for Minecraft. Timeless and Classic Zero Guns is a very detailed weapons mod for Minecraft that adds pistols, shotguns, rifles, snipers, and all types, as we're seeing here, of weaponry. It works with Forge, can be configured using Cloth API, and comes translated depending on your game language, obviously, but it has various translations, including Spanish. It's also a mod that functions as an engine, meaning it supports additional versions. There are other creators who've used this mod to make add-ons, although the base mod already includes great variety. But still, it's good that others can create their own weapons or creations with it. So how do you get this mod? Well, basically we're looking for Tax, Timeless and Classic Zero within Forge, and as you can see it has 16,700,000 users, was updated 5 days ago and was created a year ago. So for something created just a year ago, having 60 million players is pretty impressive, honestly. We go to Files, then to Mod Loaders, then to Forge, all types of versions. And as you can see, it's available for version 1.18.2, 19.2 and 20.1. So we select the version we want, click these three buttons and click Get File. Where should we save this file? Save it by pressing Windows key plus R, App Data. Go to Roaming, then to Minecraft and to the mods folder. That's where we'll save it. Important note, if we look at the description, it says we need to get cloth config. And they also recommend Oculus, which I didn't download it because I didn't need compatibility, but if you're using multiple mods, you should get Oculus and Player Animator, okay? Here with cloth config, we just look for version 1.20.1, okay? We click and it takes us back to the same Forge interface, and Player Animator works the same way. So that's how you get the mod and how you can start without any problems. Alright, how to craft tables for Timeless and Classic Zero Guns. This mod organizes all its content into various tables and special workbenches within Minecraft, okay? The first one would be the Gunsmith, which is the main table where practically all weapons from the mod are created. Got it? So we have this recipe that uses 4 iron ingots, 1 iron block, and just some wood. From this table we can craft all types of weapons within the mod itself, okay? As you can see here, we have the price and we just click craft once we have the materials available. Literally nothing else to it. Here we can zoom in, okay, to see details, and we can also check information, copy it to clipboard. I'm not sure if they have a wiki. Let's try to access it. Well, if they do have one, it takes quite a while to load, okay? Not sure if it's still active, doesn't look like it. Oh yes, we have a lot of tutorials and such here if we want to follow along. It's true that it's a bit more technical, but I guess it's mainly focused on developers. Then we also have the attachment table, right? This table here, which is crafted with glass, a redstone torch, 2 iron and a chest. It's used to make sights, muzzles, stocks, grips, extended magazines and other accessories compatible with Timeless and Classic Zero Guns weapons. We also have the ammo assembly table, which helps us make ammunition, right? All types of ammo, whatever we want. If we check the crafting recipe, it's made with 2 copper, 1 iron, and an iron ammo box, which is crafted like this. Additionally, the mod adds various targets. Not sure if searching for human... There it is. Okay, like this one. Like this target. It shows there's also a minecart with a target. Theoretically, there's a target. Well, this stone statue, which I don't know if it's actually a target, but there we have it. Okay, so we can use the weapons without any problem. To reload, press R. Let's check the controls. I have reload set to R, but many of you will also have reload shaders on R, which is normal. I recommend you deactivate that because otherwise you won't be able to play. It's from Oculus, okay? So let's try it out, see if it works. Look, it shows us the distance and damage. The question is, does it stand back up? Yes, automatically, so we can play several. I'd like to mention, while I'm setting this up, that you can find access to my AI course in the description. And that's it, okay? I'll only mention it once in case anyone's interested. Now let's see how these targets work. There it is. It shows the damage, the distance, okay? And it really feels very good. One positive thing about this mod is that the realism it has is very, very exaggerated. It's almost what it's most known for, okay? From what I've seen, the aiming is very good, honestly. It feels great. I'm not the best at this, but it feels really, really good. Very good. The pistols in Timeless and Classic Zero Guns range from basic models to high caliber weapons, okay? We've got all these, like the .50 Z type. I'm not sure if these are the best anymore. The Golden Deagle, well, maybe they are the best, huh? Look at that craftsmanship. We have the CZ75, the 17, the Deagle, the legendary P350, right? And some simpler ones like the M. They all work well, okay? Generally, they use .45 CPE ammo, 2.50 AE. You'll see which one depending on the weapon. This one, for example, does 11 damage. We just did 11 damage. I'm not sure if it's because if I hit the center, does it do more? Or 7 damage? Maybe it does less damage depending on distance, I don't know. 7 damage if I hit here, 11 damage there. Well, theoretically, if you hit like I just did, I think it'll do 11 damage, okay? Then we have, for example, this one, which would be one of the best, right? If we use it and it takes away 16, that's not bad, right? But anyway, some things to highlight. The Glock 17 uses 9mm and holds up to 17 or 18 bullets. The CZ75 can function automatically with 16 bullets, the P320. The P93R uses burst fire, and each pistol has visible stats, okay? We can see them here, base damage and so on. To use the weapon, basically press R to reload, right click to aim, and left click to fire. The crosshair expands when firing and headshots are critical, okay? And we'll know this when... Let's spawn a warden, which someone doesn't like, and as you can see, if I hit him in the head, it turns red because it's a critical hit, okay? Then if we're using a weapon with burst fire, okay, it's toggled with G or B. And I should also mention that many pistols, right? With the attachment table, they accept tons of accessories like extended mags, muzzle brakes, sights, and in some cases lasers and more. So check it out because it could be really interesting. For attachments, as you can see, we press Z, okay? And there we can quickly review what attachments we have available. We can also see the diagrams, right? Switch the firing mode, in this case semi-auto because I don't think there are other options. But anyway, there you have it. All right, how can we use shotguns effectively? Well, the shotguns in Timeless and Classic Zero guns use 12 gauge shells and are designed for close range combat. We have several shotguns like the DB2 Duran M870, A12 shotgun, M1014 battle shotgun, DB4 URS Ursus, the PS12 and others. The key thing is that a sawed-off shotgun does about 24 damage if all pellets hit. The full-length shotgun does around 25 damage. Shotguns don't work well at long range, but they can penetrate multiple aligned targets. So in a way they have piercing capability, right? As you can see, this one just did, well, 24 damage per pellet, okay? Which means 48 total. And as for accessories, some shotguns accept stocks, ammo mods, and there are also incendiary bullets, which, truth be told, take away a ton of health, right? I mean, it's worth mentioning. Let's also look at the prices, because they're actually quite a bit more expensive. We're talking about the basic one, the double barrel, which is great but reduces movement by 3.1%, for example, though it gives you 125% more headshot damage. These are cheap, but as you go up a bit, 2 diamonds 1, and it's 2 diamonds and 110 iron, okay? And it reduces movement by 7%, 25% armor piercing, got it? It's this one here. Yes, it's overpowered, but still worth it. I mean, how much damage must this do? Well, there you have it, 60 rounds, and I have bullets that melt the warden without even, wow, almost without reloading. So there we have it. Alright, we also have submachine guns in Timeless and Classic Zero guns, basically the SMGs. We have different examples, such as the Uzi, which uses 9mm rounds. In general, they all use 9mm ammunition, okay? And it holds 20 bullets. We also have the HK MP and MP5, right? As you can see, these weapons burn through ammo really quickly. We also have the HK MP5A5, the UMP 45, and the P... There's a guard here, yes. And the P90, okay? All of these weapons are obviously SMGs. I've ranked them from worst to best, okay? And there are obviously different tips, like how the Uzi improves with an extended mag, typical stuff. The UMP 45 combines good damage of about 7 per bullet with .45 CP ammo and automatic fire modes, okay? Here, as you can see, we can change the firing to burst, which means it fires 3 rounds. Change the shooting mode to auto, which I understand is how it was, and here, there, that's it. Oh, I thought there was a single shot mode too. Okay, here we'll have plenty of options to change the firing type, and as you can see, it even changes the stats, right? So all these are things to keep in mind. Let's take a quick look at the prices, okay? We have them here in SMG. The Uzi nothing, 32 pretty cheap. The Vector SMG costs 10 diamonds, watch out. The HK standard, the UMP also quite normal, and the P92. So the most expensive is the Vector. Well, I haven't seen the Vector being that. Let's see, well, careful now. What do you mean? What do you mean no? Let's see, the truth is it's a weapon that spits bullets. That's certainly true. So maybe adding a couple of extenders with larger mags or more damage could make it really top tier. So it's important to understand that all rifles can fire from the hip, okay? Meaning you don't necessarily need to aim down sights. And there's also a difference in precision, right? When you fire normally versus when you aim. Look at the difference, okay? So that's it. Alright, how to use the rifles. This is the type of weapon I think there are most of. I've counted up to 13 different ones. Honestly, I think the mod creator got carried away because you'll never use them all of them. So we have the M4A1 FNFAL, a typical SKS, Type 81, M16A4A, G36K, the M16A1, MK14, AKM, SPR15, HKG3, AUG, QBZ191, QZ95, HK416, SCAR H and SCAR L. Generally they all use 5.56 45mm .3087 62x 39mm ammo, and that pretty much covers it. There might be some there, some outliers, though I'm not seeing any others. This one with 5.8 comma, okay, and that's it. And 7, 62x 39mm for the AKM, okay. Obviously there's everything here. I mean, for example, that one sounds to me like it's almost a sniper, right? So maybe here we're interested in getting a scope, a cool scope. I don't know if this is a cool scope, but let's see. Wow, this scope isn't cool at all. Let's get a really cool scope. This is it. Okay, so the SKS is a typical weapon that you put a scope on like this, right? Because it's almost a sniper rifle. Then we also have different rifles, many of which have automatic mode, okay? Here's semi and automatic, got it? Semi is basically, whoa, wait, I need to reload. Semi is basically going one bullet at a time, okay? You go bullet by bullet, you aim, and automatic is when all bullets come out, right? I hold the click and all the bullets come out. Let's also look at the crafting, alright? Just to have a reference point. And we see here this only costs iron, the M4A1 iron and gold, which isn't a small amount of iron, okay? 64 iron. A fairly cheap SKS considering its potential. The potential it can have in my opinion. A&M 16A1, they're actually quite cheap, huh? I mean, nobody can complain about the price. Then we move on to an MK14 with 4 diamonds. This is another level. I think this is another sniper, not sure. Another rifle. Now we have the Sagittarius, which I don't think I've shown you yet, right? The HK, the AUG, the assault rifle, longbow, okay? And well, they're not very expensive either, huh? They're not that pricey, you know? It's true we have our own sniper section here, so if you want a sniper, you'd go here, okay? But the SCAR might be a good substitute, okay? Because this costs 1 diamond. The cheapest is this one, but it's garbage. And the next cheapest is this one. Worth a diamond, but looks worse. Instead, using the SKS, which you already have with 40 iron, could be a very good idea. I don't know, everyone can do whatever they want, but starting with 10 diamonds and 200 iron, well, that's something. And just so you know, many rifles accept sights, magazines, heavy stocks, muzzle brakes, drum magazines, okay? So keep that in mind, because these are probably the elements you'll be able to customize the most in this mod. So the basic attributes that you have can be modified quite a bit, okay? Quite extensively with modifiers and such. Also remember that modifiers aren't single use. You can move them between weapons. So once you craft one, you have it forever, which makes them worth it. Alright, how to use heavy weapon. And well, there are only 2. There's the RPG, okay? We have the M320 grenade launcher. At least that's what it says here, okay? Then if we want to count machine guns as heavy weapons, we can include those too, okay? Let's actually do that, because otherwise... So we'd have the M249, very typical. We also have an RPK. As you can see, the reload time is quite high, and it also reduces my movement speed a lot. This one's 7.5%, okay? This is 8.2%, it says, and it's an FN Evolis. We also have the M134 minigun, okay? This is the classic one that just heats up and goes brr brr brr. I'll also tell you, I can't hit anything. Oh, okay. If you aim, you're more likely to hit something. And yeah, it heats up and just enjoy it. Okay, let's also try the RPG, which I understand many of you want to see how the explosion looks and all that. Let's launch it, and well, it doesn't pack much punch, does it? The projectile just fires and lands. Not really. a big explosion. I don't know how much health it has left. I hit it twice and it took almost 100 health. Let's check the Peppo launcher. We only have one ammo and it doesn't explode much, huh? I don't know why I expected something more powerful. The RPG is pretty strong. I mean, it explodes, and if you're playing with structures, it's awesome. But if we're talking damage, you grab this and look, everyone just drops, obviously, right? Also, I don't know if you noticed, but down here there's a little detail that shows up when you kill someone. Let's see if the warden killed me. Okay, this is a joke, right? Let me kill it, and there it says 0-1. It's actually pretty cool, huh, that feature? Anyway, let's also check what types of ammo they use. .308 Winchester, 7.62 by 39 and 5.56 by 45. And then just RPGs and grenades, okay? Let's also look at the crafting costs. We can see the RPG is very cheap and the grenade launcher follows the same pattern, right? Actually, I'd say the RPG is more expensive than the grenade launcher. I also think it's better. And then we have the machine guns, which is where things get complicated. 110 iron, 2 diamonds, 4 diamonds. The RPK isn't as good, so they made it cheaper for us. The Evil's machine is much more expensive, and the minigun costs 10 netherite because it can handle an entire horde. Though I should mention, how long does the overheat last? Is it infinite, or do I have to keep, I need to hold it in my hand for it to stop overheating? I understand why it works that way, but I don't really like it. But of course, with a minigun, who could possibly take me down? You know what I mean? You throw hordes and hordes at me, and I'm not going to lose. Always, well, it's the same story as always, right? As long as I have bullets left. So anyway, I'll leave it there for you. Alright, let's talk about how to use snipers. We have several models, such as, first of all, they use all kinds of bullets. There's a huge variety of ammo here. We have the AWM, right? We have the M95, the M107, the Springfield, and the M. They all come with sights included, but obviously I understand that you can equip them with better sights indeed. As for special properties, the AWM and M95 bullets can penetrate up to 3 entities. The M95 deals about 70 body damage and 140 headshot damage, ignoring armor and shields. Some rifles also accept full metal jacket ammo for better penetration, and all snipers can equip high caliber scopes like 5x or 10x, so keep that in mind. Let's also check out the prices, because this is where things get a bit painful. And if we look here, Sniper's AWM costs 10 diamonds, while the cheapest is the Springfield, which is super cheap and perfect to start with. I don't know if this can take down one of these creatures in one shot, for example. Yes, so it's more than enough, honestly, that you can do that. I'd like to know how much damage it does in case zombies or something similar come at you. Although, well, I don't think... How much damage? 35 damage. So, that's not bad at all, huh? Because it's literally super cheap. What must be expensive is the ammunition, because we have the sniper here worth 10 diamonds and 3 iron, using .45, 70 ammo. It's the first time I've seen one using this. This ammo costs 30 copper, 7 gunpowder, and 5 lapis lazuli. Not cheap really, each bullet. Well, it uses resources that aren't useful for anything else, but still. Next we have the M95, which costs 15 diamonds, 3 netherite, 300 iron, and 60 gold. So, we've got the sniper, right? A bit more expensive than the M95, but not by much. And then we have the sniper rifle, which is a normal rifle, okay? The most affordable one that's still good, so to speak. I'd like to see how much damage it does. It does 24 damage. Oh, it takes fewer lives, but I have 3 bullets, right? Actually 5 bullets. Here I only have 1, and if I miss, we're in trouble. So yeah, keep that in mind. Remember, you can add some accessories, though not many. Snipers don't need many attachments. Just a scope, stabilizer, or extended mag for more ammo, and that's about it. Right, let's see how to use accessories in Timeless and Classic Zero Guns. In Timeless and Classic Zero Guns, we have a deep accessory system for Minecraft, mainly managed through the attachment table, which is this table right here, okay? If we look at the crafting recipe and such, there are different types of accessories, okay? There are, for example, sights like Red Dot, Holographic, and ACOG. We also have 4x, 5x, or 10x scopes, all kinds of sights really. Look how many pages there are of different sights, each with their own crafting recipes. Amethyst. Generally, these editions aren't very expensive. In fact, I don't see any here that cost even 1 diamond. Let me check if any cost a netherite ingot. No, they all just cost iron, okay? Then we also have these here, which are the muzzles. Basically silencers, compensators, muzzle brakes, special nozzles, okay? More of the same to have less verticality, less recoil, sorry, better accuracy. Then we also have the stocks, okay? We have factory ones, tactical ones, and heavy ones, basically to reduce recoil, okay? We have several types of those too. Then we have the grip, which works as a handhold and serves pretty much the same purpose, to reduce recoil, okay? All these kinds of attachments help reduce recoil and not much else. Then we have extended mags, okay? These are more expensive items costing 5 diamonds and such, even a netherite shotgun slug, okay? We're seeing more complex crafting recipes, and well, there are long magazines, drum mags for SMGs, ones for rifles, machine guns, and finally we have lasers, right? They're like an add-on that some weapons allow us to equip, and basically they do exactly what you'd expect. They're lasers, right? They give the weapon the ability to aim with a laser and see where the bullet will theoretically go. So how do you equip these types of attachments? Well, basically you'd take a weapon, right? Press Z and here we can add, for example, a laser. Look, let's craft everything. Let's craft a muzzle, craft. Is it giving it to me? Yes, it's giving it to me. We're crafting a laser and it showed a sight too, right? Let's put on a sight for 2. And it mentioned a magazine, right? Let me figure out which magazine this needs. Light ammo. It might be this. Craft. So you press Z and there it is, light ammo. Can you see it visually? Yes, you can actually see it on the weapon. Let's put the sight on. The one I selected works. Muzzle. Let's put the scope on. It won't let me add the sight either. Okay, let's see. Okay, you've already picked up a few. Okay, the scope lets me use either this one or this one. Well, both do the same thing from what I can see. And then we have the laser, right? We have these 2 options, and there we have our weapon a bit more set up now. Okay, basically by pressing Z. If not, you can go to configuration, right? Go to controls or look for it within the tax mod settings. Also, as you can see, we can change the firing mode here. Currently only semi is available, but we could switch to semi-automatic if possible. We can see all the stats, maybe too many actually. Look, we can hide it. We can't rotate the weapon, which feels strange to me. Being able to rotate it would be cool. And not much else. With this, I've covered the entire mod. As I mentioned, my artificial intelligence course is in the description. I think it's increasingly relevant and could help you. And that's about it. I hope this video was helpful. It's a pleasure creating content. See you in future videos. Alright, so how do you get ammo in Minecraft with timeless and classic zero guns? Well, basically each Minecraft weapon uses a specific type of ammo, which we can see by hovering our cursor over it, showing us what type of ammunition we need. And here we have the Taxi ammo assembly table, which is basically the tool we'll be using to craft ammunition. Now, if we right click, as you can see, we can view all the ammo types available. It's important to note that when I hover over this one, it shows it needs 5 7 to 28mm rounds. The basic materials for ammunition are copper, gunpowder, lapis lazuli, and iron, okay? Additionally, the Air mod adds ammo boxes that allow us to store large quantities of ammunition in a single inventory slot. For example, there's the iron ammo box, gold, diamond, and of course, the creative one, which I assume has infinite capacity. Each box only accepts 1 type of ammunition. That's pretty important. Let's look at crafting with iron, gold, and diamond. Well, they didn't make it too complicated. I don't know if you can place it. No, you just store the ammo and that's it. Basically, take the ammo, right click on an empty slot, and the box returns it to your inventory to equip it, okay? If I grab ammo now, or right now, okay, I'll take this, and basically there it is. Right click or right click to return, okay? Capacities vary by bullet type, with up to 180 shotgun shells or 309 bullets, making ammo storage more convenient when carrying weapons with lots of ammo. Why not?